come to get all your news. You already know, Washington Informer. It is me, Micha Green, managing editor at the Washington Informer, and I'm so happy to be with you all on this thankful Thursday. But I am also elated to be with the amazing, renowned author, television host, life coach, and dare I say, many people's earth angel and superhero, the amazing Dr. Iyanla Vanzant. She's going to be here to tell us so much about the amazing things she's doing to fix our lives, if you will, from the Iyanla, the Inside Fix, to her new book, Spiritual Hygiene. And I have already told her I'm going to be calling her Miss Iyanla. I really should be calling her Dr. Iyanla this whole conversation. But without further ado, Dr. Iyanla Vanzant, welcome to our show, Live Presents.
And I want you to know I'm not just a visitor. I am a supporter, a reader, a follower of the Washington Informer. So it's really an honor to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. And, thank you for your fervent support of Black media. And, it's been decades long and we've seen it, and we're here and continuing the work. And I was thinking earlier today, I have to give this shout out. Our amazing publisher, Denise Furlark Barnes, who actually found one of your book of affirmations this morning, made our, she said, this one has to be from 20 years ago. But she made our theme this year. We survived 2025. It'll be fixed in 2026.
Yeah.
And, that, I think in many ways that certainly was indirectly inspired by the work that you've been doing for decades. And so, again, I want to thank you. Now, my first question, I have to say, is because so much of your work is fixing our lives and uplifting us. How are you, Miss Iyanla? Who is checking in on you? How are you doing?
Well, I've got a team, and I have to say, it's as an educator or as a teacher, when you train your students right, they will they immediately tell you what you need to do, and they do it. So I have a team. I'm really happy. They keep me on my good foot and keep me going on. So I'm happy. Yeah.
Wonderful. And so the work that you've been doing, again, for decades is about empowering people's mind, body, souls, and everything in between. But this new book, Spiritual Hygiene, taps further into that work. And so, define a little bit about what spiritual hygiene means and what we can expect in this new work.
Well, the same way that we brush our teeth, comb our hair every single day, we must take care of our inside. So spiritual hygiene is about taking care of your inside. It's about cleaning and taking care of your mind. It's about cleaning and taking care of your heart. It's about really being in energetic relationship with your body. And it's, of course, about grounding your spirit. When I talk about spiritual here in terms of hygiene, I'm talking about the full body experience. No one would even consider going a week, a month, a year without washing your hair, without brushing your teeth. But we carry the residue of our mental, emotional, and physical experiences without ever cleaning them up. So spiritual hygiene is about how do we live clean from the inside out? How do we develop the inner authority so that we're not tossed and thrown by everything that's going on in the world? How do we do that? And so that's what spiritual hygiene is about.
Boy, do we need that right now. Oh, my goodness. And so how can we be mindful of our spiritual hygiene? You said it's like remembering to brush your teeth every morning. That's something you learn from a young age. How can we learn to be mindful of that?
Well, you think of your mind, your heart, your body, your soul or spirit, your connection to um, your connection to everything that you're doing. So the question becomes, how do I clean my mind every day? How do I clean my heart every day? How do I connect with my spirit every day? It's just that simple, you know. But the thing is, and what I talk about in spiritual hygiene is how to do that. And what are you cleaning? And what are you clearing? You know, some of us are still carrying around the emotional residue from childhood, whatever that is. Some of us are carrying the trauma of neglect, the trauma of poverty, the trauma of abuse, the trauma of instability in our life. And we never go in and clean that up. And so in today's world, you may be arguing with your partner or coworker or your mother or your father about an experience today that really carries the residue of what happened 20 years ago that you never cleaned up.
That is amazing, and you think about it, if we all had our spiritual hygiene practices ready to go, how we would interact with one another, strangers and our loved ones
Yeah.
alike. Wow, that
You
is so cool.
I think one of the most important things, particularly for us as people of color,
Yeah.
are our inherited scripts. The
Mm.
scripts and the programs that we inherited because our parents and grandparents lived in a different time. And many of us are working on scripts or working through scripts that no longer apply to what's going on today. You know, in the 21st century, we are not worrying about survival per se. Nobody's coming to hang us, whip us, sell our children away. But that consciousness of hypervigilance,
Mhm.
always looking for the threat, always wondering who's against you, what they will let you do, what you can't do. That's still in our DNA. It's still in our consciousness. And we have to clean that up. And we have to use tools that are applicable to the world we live in today, not tools grandma used. Let me tell you a tool grandma used at a time when it wasn't acceptable for people of color to challenge the major race, shall I say. Let me just say that.
Yes.
Grandma learned to be silent. Grandma learned to swallow what she was feeling. Grandma learned to look down and bow down. We don't have to live like that today. I saw a t-shirt online. I didn't get it. I should have got it. It said, "We are not like our ancestors.
Yes.
F you up." Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. I should have got it. I didn't get it. Yeah, we will F you up. We don't have to be silent. We can question. We can challenge. And that's what we see going on. We need more of it. But we can't challenge the status quo if we're still holding on to programs and beliefs and conditions that no longer apply to what's going on in the world. Spiritual
Mm.
hygiene is how you clean it up.
And so, how, with that generational way of coping that might not be effective anymore, like you said, on top of the generational trauma, can we involve the whole family in implementing these spiritual hygiene practices?
Well, you know, in the book, I have spiritual hygiene for parenting. I
Mm.
have spiritual hygiene for relationships. I have spiritual hygiene for the workplace. But before we can start implementing it out there, we have to do it as individuals.
Mhm.
Simple things. How many families sit and breathe together? Breathe together. Just breathe. I don't mean sucking.
Right.
I mean, sit down and breathe together. How many of us affirm together? Sit and make group declarations and affirmations. You know, we are loving toward one another. We honor each other. We embrace one another. We are affectionate to one another. Can you imagine if mommy, daddy, the two kids, the dog, and the cat sat down? Because everything is energy. So that's what you're speaking into the environment. Energy is a function of spiritual hygiene. We have to know that everything is energy. Energy. Grandma didn't know that. Grandma, let me tell you something. Do you I don't know what age group you come out, but I grew up watching a cartoon called The Jetsons.
Mm-hmm.
In The Jetsons, phone used to come up and they would talk to each other on the phone. Now, at the time, that seemed far-fetched, but
Yes.
hey, we use FaceTime.
Yes. Yes.
We use FaceTime today. But has our consciousness evolved to the place where we understand, oh, I don't have to be in your presence. I can bless you from here.
Mm.
I can connect with you in my mind, the way
Mhm.
the Jetsons did, you know.
I love that. I love that notion. And, speaking of connection, at least the DMV area gets to connect with you live on February 22nd,
Yeah.
talking spiritual hygiene, but an in-person event. And I, for one, am so excited because if I'm like anybody else tuning in, Miss Iyanla has been indirectly fixing my life for years. So I'm excited to be in the room where it's happening.
Yeah.
Tell us about the in-person experience.
You know, I haven't taken the stage to speak publicly in 7 years
Mm,
since I did the Acts of Faith 30th anniversary tour.
wow.
And so just coming through COVID, coming through what is going on now, the efforts being made to separate us, the efforts of againstness. So many people are feeling disconnected. So many people are lonely. In this DMV, in the DMV area, so many people are grieving the loss of a dream, the loss of a job, the loss of so many things. I want us to come together. I want us to see each other, touch each other, talk to each other, make friends, and hear a common message that we can take into these very challenging times that we're in. I mean, what is going on in the world today is just, I just don't even know what, as my grandmother would say, Lord, today.
Yeah.
What in the blazing bejesus is going on? Our leaders have lost their mind. Our government is falling apart. And again, I will say this. Most of us have been educated, programmed, conditioned to live in a way that no longer matches the world that we live in. So one of the things I want to talk about on the 22nd is, how are you doing time? How are you doing time right now? Because we can't do time the way we used to. We have to do time in a new way. And we've got to give these experiences that we're having a new meaning. We think that somebody is doing something to us right now. And the truth is, this world is showing us what no longer works and who we are. But we're looking out and we think, oh, he's doing that, she's doing that, he said this, she said that. No, the world is reflecting back to us who we are in ourselves. And we got to get clear about that, particularly usins.
Yeah.
We got to get clear.
No, absolutely. It's Black History Month, but we say at the Informer, it's Black History 365. Okay, and so
Absolutely.
we gotta set the record straight, and Mr. Iyanla is here to do that for us. So I can't let you go away without talking about the inside fix. Talking about usins and fixing us inside. And again, I mentioned earlier, if Oprah owns OWN, right, you are the queen of OWN, is what I'd like to say. But again, your support of in intentionality surrounding Black media, again, I just want to applaud. But tell us about this new OWN show, The Inside Fix. Why now?
Well, people for years, 146 episodes, watched The Inside Fix. I mean, fix my life. They
Right.
watched and talked about it, and people could see themselves in the stories. But what we did was we went back into Fix My Life. We took 12 of our highest rated episodes and play the show, but at various points throughout the show, I come in and give the lesson. This is what's happening. How do you do it?
Mm.
This is what you're looking at. Where is it in your life? And then for each show that we're airing, we created a worksheet so that people can download the worksheet and apply what they're looking at to their life. Because that's what's happening. People are looking at the news thinking it's about this one and that one and the other. It's about you, boo.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it makes me think of that. One of my favorite things about Fix My Life is it'd be like a mother complaining about her kids, right? And then you'd be like, no,
It's
it starts with
true.
you.
And
Um,
I learned that. I learned that, in July of 2 years ago, I lost my youngest daughter. And that was
mm,
my second child that I
mm,
lost. I lost her and I watched her. She was a non-compliant type 2 diabetic. She
mm,
was in denial and resistance and avoidance. And what I realized was I taught her that. I taught her how to do that.
mhm,
And because I didn't have the tools to clean up my hurt, my pain. My parents didn't have it. My grandmother didn't have it. And when I realized that I had infected my daughter with my dysfunction, I had to stop looking at her and start looking at me,
mm,
really.
yeah.
And what I realized was Iyanla didn't raise my daughter. Iyanla didn't raise her. She was raised by the broken little girl
Yeah.
who didn't have a voice, who held her head down, who didn't challenge things that didn't honor her,
Mm,
who remained loyal to people who didn't treat her well. I mean, all of that. And what I realized was I've been doing spiritual hygiene a long time, but unfortunately, I didn't teach it to my children.
mm,
To my children. So that's why I put a chapter in the book on spiritual hygiene for parenting so that we can begin to embrace some new tools, new skills, new ways of being so that we don't infect each other with our own hurts and pains and dysfunctions.
thank you. Thank you. And again, it's so, so needed. Um, I thank you for your work, your light, your transparency, the love you give to us. It's Love Week, in fact. Uh,
Yeah.
and so, I'm curious. As we're in a time where folks are saying spread love, we saw the monks come here this week and spread peace, which was just so uplifting. What should we be spreading in this moment? I know spiritual hygiene. All
Yeah.
right, we want to get people to make sure that they're tuning into their spiritual work. But what else should we be spreading in 2026?
I want to speak just for a moment. I'm going to answer that, but I want to speak just for a moment about the monks because
Please,
they're in
please.
Annapolis today. These people, individual human people, walk 2,300 miles on foot,
On,
on foot,
yep.
through cold. And I don't know how they got through Ohio
Yeah.
and, and Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
2,300 miles. That was their commitment.
Yeah.
And we can't seem to spend 5 minutes a day in prayer and meditation.
Mm,
We can't come off the devices for 15, 20 minutes just to be still.
mm,
We need to be spreading is stillness, silence, truth, compassion. Get still, people. Turn the phone off. Turn the devices off. Turn the music off. Turn everything off. 7 minutes a day. 7 minutes a day to regather, regroup, recalibrate yourself. Listen to you. Silence. Shut your mouth. My father used to say, sit down, shut up, and listen. Because if source, creator, God, spirit is giving you direction, you can't hear it because you're running your mouth or you're on the devices. Okay. Compassion. We live in I love Law and Order. I'm a Jack McCoy groupie.
Yes.
We live not in a law and order society. We're living in a law and punishment. If you do something wrong, you got to be punished. Where is the compassion? Where is the humanity? We're online canceling each other. I mean, we've destroyed. Look at what they did to Colin Kaepernick. Still now. And we think we got to have an opinion about that. And we get on the line and we're in everybody's bit. Mind your business. There was a beautiful song a year ago, drink water and mind your business.
Yes. 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 I loved that. Yes.
Stillness, silence, truth, and compassion. Please tell the truth about who you are, about what you're doing, what you're up to. Tell the truth about what you're afraid of. Tell the truth about where you're challenged. And I say this particularly to our men. Our men are dying because we can't hear their truth. The truth may be that they're overwhelmed. Their truth may be that they feel lost. Their truth may be that they feel inadequate. But we're worrying about how much money they make and can they buy us a house and get our nails done. Stop it. Compassion. Brothers are suffering right now. Prostate cancer, 23, 26, 28 years old, because no one is giving them the things that they need to clean up their inside. So they're struggling, they're suffering. And we as mothers, wives, girlfriends, sisters, we have to make a safe place for them to be, not to accommodate bad behavior, but to let them know that we can accommodate where they are and we can support them. So let's try that. Can you do 7 minutes of silence and quiet 3 times a day for 21 consecutive days? Can you do that? Turn the phone off, turn the music off, turn everything off for 7 minutes, 3 times a day for 21 consecutive days. If you miss a day, start over. It's going to take you 3 months because we're so hyperactive and we got to be in everything. Turn off everything. Can we do that so that we can spread more stillness? You can hear when you're still. We can spread more silence. You don't always have to have something to say. Don't have something to say about everything. Can you pray a little more? Can you be compassionate? When you see something, instead of having an opinion about it, can you say, wow, what would I do if I were in that condition? What would I do if somebody accused me of that? What would I do if I were in that situation? What would I do? Can I have compassion? Not feeling sorry for or sympathy for, compassion, because what that does is it opens our heart. So let's do that.
I think Miss Iyanla gave us a very clear charge, everybody. Look, this 21-day challenge, I'm starting today. I'm going to take my 7 minutes 3 times today because I think it's really important. And I've learned so much from you over the years. And in these past few minutes chatting with you, I am just so empowered. And it looks like our audience is as well, just fired up and ready to take on this charge. We got a lot of work to do. And as you said, we can't point fingers. Too many people are doing it. It's on us.
You know what? The work doesn't have to be hard.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if when you get up in the morning, you do your first 7 minutes. And before you go to bed, you do your last 7 minutes. All you have to do is find 7 minutes. And if you can find 7 minutes in 24 hours to shut your mouth, then you're probably not getting anything done anyway.
That's what we call a mic drop right there.
So, clocking it.
Oh, yes. We clock it, clock it. Oh, Miss Iyanla, I've had a blast with you. Please don't make this your last time with us in 2026 and beyond. Just thank you for your continued support of the Washington Informer and the Black press overall. But again, we thank the world at large thanks you for the work that you do. And so we celebrate you. Congratulations on all the wonderful things that you're again pouring into the world this year and always. And we hope to be with you February 22nd at MGM National Harbor.
Yeah, let's show up, let's show out. And you know what? Everybody here at the Washington Informer, if you come out on February 22nd, wear white. And I'll know that's the family you're in.
Yes, we will do that. Look, Miss Iyanla, I know we were wrapping, but because I mentioned her earlier and I know she's in the back room. Jamon, can you just bring our publisher, Denise Rolock Barnes, onto the show really quickly? I believe yes.
Yes, yeah. Oh, Acts of Faith, the little purple book. The little purple book. You know, that book had a life separate and apart from me. People were reading it and passing it around, and they didn't even know I was the author. People would say, "Oh, you wrote the little purple book."
I want to say February 12th. I am angry, and I am still okay.
Yes, yes. That's
this is the book for 2026. It was the book for 1996 and 2006. It'll be the book for 2036. I have thoroughly enjoyed this interview. I haven't seen you in a while, but I've been following. I'm going to get a book. I was just on the line looking at Mahogany to see if they have it yet. A Mahogany bookstore here in DC. Yes, so we're gonna get this, and thank you. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I need to get out to her because Acts of Faith, I did a book signing. Value in the Valley, I did a book signing. We need to do a book signing.
Well, you're gonna be at National Harbor, and that's where she is now.
Oh, she is at National Harbor?
Yes.
Okay, yes. Thank you for telling me that. We're gonna get in touch with her.
Yeah, I'll reach out as well.
But friend. And I want to say to everybody who's listening, if you're going to get the book, do that, because these big conglomerations have just swallowed up our small independent bookstores, minority-owned bookstores, women-owned bookstores, and I support them. I support them. And if we can't do a book signing, I'm gonna go in there and sign any book she has with my name on the cover. So if you want a signed book, go to Mahogany.
All right. Free commercial support Black owned.
Absolutely.
And you've always done that. Thank you so much. Micha, fantastic conversation. I'm going to jump off. I just wanted to say hi and, wish you many
thank you for what you do. I see you. And I know as a sister woman, we carry a lot of the weight. So I want to say this to you because people are saying it to me. Be sure to rest.
Yes. You sound like my husband and my mother.
You might need to say that to her again. We'll play that on a loop for her.
Well, I will say, and I put this in, I shut my phone off around 9:30 every night, and I don't cut it back on until 7 o'clock in the morning, which is still kind of early, but 7 a.m. So
good for you. Good for you. Good for you. Okay. I look forward to seeing you real soon.
Likewise. You'll see me on the 22nd.
Oh, good. Yay.
And are all white. We're going to wear white.
Gotta wear white. Wear something white. White pants, white blouse. I don't care that it's after Labor Day.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I'm just fired up by this Black girl magic, this great conversation of inspiration, of spiritual hygiene, of working on ourselves, on fixing ourselves on the inside. And so I thank you, Miss Iyanla, again for your decades of dedication to ensuring that we're doing the work important to make ourselves better and the world a better place. And I can't wait to see you on the 22nd.
Good. I'm gonna say this one more thing, and then I swear I'm gonna shut up.
Please. No, look, if I know everyone here says we could be here all day. Yes.
One of the things that I'll acknowledge this as a error on my part. One of the things that I did the work, I wrote the books, I did all of that stuff, and I gave people the opportunity to do the work. But with spiritual hygiene, I'm going to train people to do the work all over the world. So that when my eyes close for the last time, or if I just want to spend my day sitting on the beach eating grapes, somebody can be out there doing the work. Because this world that we live in, and we see it every day, can motivate us to make it about us. And I've learned that this work is not about me. It really isn't. It's about my purpose. But my purpose as an educator is to draw out. So I want to say to everybody listening, if you get a copy of Spiritual Hygiene and you feel called to the work, be willing to come and be trained as a spiritual hygiene facilitator. I'm going to teach people how to facilitate this work with individuals and with groups, so that long beyond me, that practice and that process of what we need to live in this 21st century, because we got another, 100 years to go or 84 years to go. We need people who are ready to be trained. You know, I have the Institute, we do personal development. I'm training life coaches, but I'm going to train spiritual hygienists. But you can get all that information at iyanla.com.
You heard it from Dr. Iyanla Vanzant herself. We thank you so much for your time, your commitment, the love that you give every single day. And again, you deserve to be able to sit on that beach and eat your grapes when you want. So we got to do the work as well. And part of that starts with getting spiritual hygiene, again, from Mahogany or another Black owned or minority owned, woman owned bookstore. And continue to do the work by coming to MGM National Harbor on February 22nd, and then spreading that work with the world.
And do it with the children. 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 Yes. Thank you, Mike. I love you. Thank you so much for what you do. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in today. Hope to see you on the 22nd. Don't forget, wear white.
Yes, will do. Thank you so much.
All righty.
Everybody, thank you for tuning in.